I'm Ernie Johnson. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. And tip-off is just around the corner, so we send you out to Kevin Harlan in Los Angeles.
Live from Los Angeles, we proudly bring you the Clippers at the Staples Center. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. Looking at their last game for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a win against Chicago. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. And they double up Peyton. Passes to Reed. And stolen by Payne. Stinson. Reed covering. Huffman. And he makes good on the layup.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
First free throw is good. And so he hits both. Last game for the Spurs. They want to turn it around after the loss to the Kings in Sacramento.
And that kind of loss sticks with you for a while because they probably felt they were the better team on that night. They just could not make the plays down the stretch.
Guys, you know, there are times when you would rather lose by double digits than to let a win get away from you when you thought you had it. And that sometimes is harder to deal with.
On defense, the Spurs. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Well, you look at these teams, evenly matched, similar capabilities. That makes for exciting games. We'll see if that's the case tonight.
Now, here is Reed. 17 points for him last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Now Payne. He dishes it to Temple. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Temple's got his first 3 points of the game.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What did you find out, DB?
Kevin, he said they've got to be very selective offensively, telling me going up against this defense, they're very conscious of trying to force you into low-percentage shots. We can't allow them to dictate the type of looks we get each and every possession. It's up to us to break down the D and then make the right play. Kevin, let's see if they can get it done.
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks for the report.
You know, I think he's right to be concerned about the defense they're going up against today. I mean, it's going to take some creativity for them on offense to be able to score consistently.
I think that's their primary concern. I mean, they'd be fooling themselves if they said scoring against this team is going to be easy. Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
And here are the Clippers now. It's a 3-point game. Here's Trent. In the game against Chicago, very impressive. 6 to shoot. Pass to Temple. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Los Angeles shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, the Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. He kicks it to Samuels. Back to Payton. Changes up. Banks with the block. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Clippers. A lot of season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, the Spurs, a game behind.
And right now for the Clippers, every NBA season, there's always going to be some big surprises in store. And I think this season, they'd have to be considered one of the biggest of them all.
Yeah, they sure are. I mean, you don't find many experts who are willing to predict anywhere near this level of success for them prior to the season.
And the dunk by Reed.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Samuels. Cannot hit. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Cummings. Los Angeles with another miss. San Antonio leading by 3. Payton drives in, and the shot is good.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Here's Banks. Los Angeles with another miss.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
And the foul is... He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Spurs making a change here. Wilkins is checked in. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And you... can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Payton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento. The 11-footer. Shot misses. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And there's the pass to Arthur. Now the feed to Payne. They set the pick. Here's Meyer. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And he is also a very rugged player at the defensive end. I mean, he will bull his way through any screen if it means staying on his man.
Good on both. San Antonio with the ball, leading by 5. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Here's our 2K leaderboard with the list of the teams that have been on fire from beyond the arc over the past month. Number 1, the Spurs.
And right now, their three-point shooters are in terrific rhythm. I mean, they've put on a display here from long range.
Payne with it, covered by Payton. Payne passes to Gooden. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Offensive foul. Lance Harrington. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
San Antonio leading by 5. Here's Strickland. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Here's Meyer. Rebound, San Antonio.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here.
Schmidt. Hamilton. Reeves.
Nichols passes to Hamilton. Spurs working the ball around now. Wilkins with the ball. Arthur's there. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
San Antonio with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Back to Hamilton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defensive. That. And the Spurs lead by 7. Big group substitution here for the Clippers.
Kevin, we've got a moment here to take a look at what the Spurs have done as far as NBA stats go over the last month. First in three-point shooting, 10th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. They've got some glass eaters on that squad.
And you look at their incredible three-point percentage. I mean, it's not just about their accuracy, but their execution using screens and creating those open looks. That's been key. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
The shot by Wilkins. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
You really don't want to see him missing those mid-range shots, but when he's open, he's got to shoot it.
And he gets it to go.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Spurs leading by 5. Feeds it to Hamilton. Banked in off the glass.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense. Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And he gets it to go. And it's a 9-point Spurs lead.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
.43 seconds left in the first quarter. To the inside. Here's Schmidt. Count that one. And the Spurs lead by 11.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
San Antonio with the ball. Back to Hamilton. All alone. The shot no good.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that.
Trent gets the bucket.
He's just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Got a hand on it. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Here's Kane. And that concludes the first quarter of play. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for San Antonio. Pass to Schmidt. O'Hannon. Just 5 to shoot. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Payne. The layup off target.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, the effort and the aggression really favors them thus far. They've completely dominated the backdoor. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That free throw, no good. And the Clippers making a switch here. He hits the second from the line. And Los Angeles guys shooting terribly up to this point. Just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Goodman. Hits it from 3-point range.
James.
So it's San Antonio now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. So it's San Antonio now. It's a 5-point game. Clock at 6. O'Hannon can't hit. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. From past the arc. San Antonio with the rebound. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Pass to Bradley. O'Hannon. Pass to Reeves. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Schmidt. And here is Cummings. He passes it to Mile. Shoots a 3. And that one's good. Now just a 2-point San Antonio lead. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Los Angeles?
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of skills in the first half, really getting after it defensively.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control. And I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers.
These past few weeks, you can see how San Antonio stacks up. 5th for free throw shooting, 6th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top 10 in fewest turnovers per game. And they really do emphasize taking care of the ball.
And talking about how consistent they've been at the foul line. So often it's an afterthought, but the good teams find a way to make teams pay for sending them to the free throw line. That's been a key all season.
And here is Los Angeles now. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points.
Huffman.
Spurs making a switch here. Samuels checked in. Spurs have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Now the pass to Reeves. Ohanen. They double him with Payne. Here's Schmidt. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
The quick look, no good that time.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And that will be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play to stop the drought. And that one's good. Samuels got his second basket of the night. Clippers trail by 4. Back to Banks. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Let's take a look at some of the leaders of the NBA. These point guards have been shooting lights out during the last month. Spurs leading by 4. Now the dish to Samuels. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Pass to Schmidt. Ohanen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And a quick look now at how San Antonio's schedule is shaping up following this one. They get to host the Rockets. That game is the first and last of their homestand. The Spurs have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. San Antonio making a switch here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
And so here are the Clippers, trailing by 5. Here's Goodman. Good on the triple. 12 points for him.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
That's good.
Strickland.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. To the middle. The shot is off. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Samuels. Rebound by the Clippers.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much. Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
And San Antonio has possession. Passes it to Strickland. Trey. And he gets it to go. He's got 9.
You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
There's the pass to Todd. Takes the 13-footer. Uses the glass to drop it in.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more pep in their step as they start to put together some rhythm.
That one goes. Come.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
San Antonio leading. Knocked loose. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Wilkins is checked in for San Antonio. Here's Meyer. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Spurs have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Dishes it to Payton. Wide open look. A jump shot is good. And the Spurs lead by 3. Los Angeles has gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. Here's Huffman. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Back to Payton. Takes a 3. The shot is off. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Meyer. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He's got 6.
And didn't have to go strong there. Just a little bit of the finger roll to get it up over the D.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Wilkins dishes to Reed. 6 on the shot clock. Payton right side. Misses off the right eye.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Kane kicks to Cummings. Misses from short range. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Payton. That's good. The Clippers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
One shot.
And that one misses. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Wilkins' shot is off. Here is Cummings. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Maka. He feeds it to Payne. Rebounded by the Spurs. Samuels got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the basket by Payton. So it's the Clippers now. They trail by 1. Passes it to Goodman. Kicks it to Payne. Leads him in there. No good with the layup. Here's Reed. No good. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's San Antonio. They're up by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. We've got Payne, and it's Goodman in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's Harrington. Shot is blocked. Payton with the ball. Picked his pocket. And they're on the break. He dishes it to Harrington. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
At the line.
With the break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been dialed in defensively this month. The Clippers third.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
And he sinks the second.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
The Spurs shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. He kicks to Payton. On the wing. Can't get it to go.
I guess even he has took this one of those once in a while.
Down low, Huffman. And that one's good.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the arm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the bucket by the Spurs.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. The pass to Gooden. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by the Spurs. Samuels got 9 rebounds now tonight. The feed to Reed. No one near him. And he gets it to go. Reed's got 10. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Pass to Strickland. All sorts of time. The putback throws it down with the quick putback jam.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look that they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
San Antonio calls timeout.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers.
Kevin, let's see how the Clippers have performed over the last few weeks. Third in scoring, third in field goal percentage. And they also show up top 5 in block shots.
And going back to their scoring average, I think it really gives them confidence. They go into every game knowing that they're going to get buckets. A few key stops here or there, and most nights, that's all it takes.
Now here's Payton. He's got 6. Back to Reed. Fires the 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Peyton's got his third assist on the night.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Trent can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
It's stolen by Arthur. Here's Payne. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Here's Trent. Connects from three-point range. He has 5. Now, here is Reed. 13 points in the game. Peyton outside. From 12 feet out. And the jumper falls for him.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Here's Trent. A finger roll finish at the bucket.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
Here's Peyton. 6 points for him. Ball's not loose. And they double up Peyton. And the Spurs making a change here.
Hamilton.
Feeds to Samuels. And it's San Antonio with another.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Trent covered by Hamilton. Trent passes to Meyer. Here's Trent for the lead. The shot, no good. Here's Strickland and blocked. Passes it to Meyer. Clippers moving the ball around. There's the triple. The offensive rebound. An easy 2 points on the layup. He's got 10. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Spurs trail by 4. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Not the kind of pass you want to be making right there. He's lucky it wasn't stolen.
The Spurs making a switch here. Reed's checked in. The pass to Stinson. There's the dish to Temple. Here's Trent. Jacks up a 3. He passes to Meyer. Here's Stinson. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now a 7-point Clipper lead.
What I love about watching him play, Steve, is his terrific agility and body control. Even with the multiple defenders closing in, he contorts his body at angles that really give him a chance to make shots in weird positions all the time.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out. And sometimes the best way to do that is with the timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Banks is checked in. The Spurs making a switch here.
Vince Horsley.
They get a hand on it. Now the Clippers moving it up.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Here's Meyer, and it's blocked.
Well, you know, that's one thing they've been doing extremely well, corralling those counters.
Yeah, that's about the only thing, because not a whole lot else going right for him thus far. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
San Antonio making a switch here. Samuels checked in.
They have constantly shot themselves in the foot this quarter with all of these turnovers.
Very simple. You can't score if you can't maintain possession.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Arthur's checked in. Now Banks. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Pass to Trent. Back to Banks. Fires from deep. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dishes it to Payton. Back to Reed. Pass to Strickland. Cans the shot from the wing.
Strickland.
15 points in the game. Clippers leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Arthur. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Pass to Trent. Fires the 3. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
And now a chance, Kevin, to see how the last month has fared for the Clippers. 1st in free throw shooting, 3rd in scoring. And they're ranked 3rd in the league in steals, active hands and quick feet.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
Pass to Strickland. And that one is hammered home.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that. It's pretty one-handed flush.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Pass to Trent. For the 3. Rebound, San Antonio. Here's Payton. 6 points for him. He feeds it to Reed. The 19-foot shot. Here's Horsley, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. He's got to be relentless.
And that one's good.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here is Payton. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. Here's Trent. Arthur passes to Meyer. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Reed dishes to Hamilton. Samuels. Off target at the rim. Here's Banks. No good. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Payton with the ball on the court for San Antonio. They've got Payton, and it's Samuels in at the 4. And the pass to Strickland. Nichols, and he gets it to go.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Payton. At the line for your Clippers. At the line,
And he knocks down the first one. Reed is checked in for Hamilton. Payne hits them both.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Spurs trail by 5. Here's Samuels. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 6 assists here tonight. Inside, Clippers moving the ball around. To the paint, Reed with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Huffman. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Now here's Payton. Samuels kicks to Payton. He dishes it to Samuels. Wide open. Tries again. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Down low, Trent. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah, rim shaker and the wrist breaker.
Outrageous, guys.
And they double up Payton. Spurs trail by 7. Knocks it loose. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. And the Spurs making a change here. Clippers on defense. And that is good. He's got 19.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Payne in the post. Covered by Payton. Payne can't hit.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
And the numbers back it up, Greg. I mean, he's brought his hard hat and mean mentality to the glass with him today.
Shots good by Samuel.
That's true. And his spectacular shot blocking, something else to look for, especially recovering on the break. He can run you down and send it away in a heartbeat.
Wilkins is checked in for San Antonio.
Wilkins.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Reed kicks to Payton. Six on the shot clock. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain neutral plays like that, guys.
And the Clippers making a change here. Temple's checked in. Pass to Meyer. Launches a 3. Good.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Spurs trail by 6. Spurs making a switch here. Samuels checked in. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Reed. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, really strong offensive thrust there, but then how about the defense able to negate that attack?
Yeah, doing exactly what he had to do right there, Greg, to make sure he wasn't going to get flushed on or Instagram.
The first one falls. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Los Angeles leading by 5. From the arc, and again, it's the Clippers from deep.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
The defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Right side, Wilkins. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lane with the dunk like that.
Spurs trail by 8. Wilkins passes to Strickland. Plenty of space. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Trent. LA's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Passes it to Stinson. He kicks it to Temple. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Spurs have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Hangs, and it's good on the layup.
Strickland.
He's got 21.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
The pass to Stinson. And he goes in for the dunk.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How about, guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
Here's Reed. The Clippers getting the bucket. Here's Payton. Wilkins. It's good on the putback. Wilkins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I'm impressed with the determination he showed right there, getting himself in a good position under the glass. Did his work early there.
Yeah, with the presence of mind, know just where the rebound was going to go to.
And then also just the niftiness with that tip in, just a quick touch, again, before the defense knows what hit him.
Now Reed. Payton outside. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Here's Stinson. A rebound by the Spurs. Samuels got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Reed kicks to Payton. Samuels dishes to Wilkins. Good. Now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
They have a little extra mojo going here, a little extra pep in their step, more hustle in this second half. They're doing a much better job in terms of second chance points.
Now here's Payne. There's the feed to Temple. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Harrington's checked in.
Harrington.
San Antonio calls timeout. And the Clippers making a change here. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry had to say to the team. He warned his team to get back in transition defense, saying they're giving up way too many fast break buckets, and he wants an end to it. He said, hey, let's slow the tempo and make them take some tough shots. A sound defensive strategy, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Feeds it to Temple. Pass to Trent. Here's the three. A rebound by the Spurs. Here's Reed. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers leading by 4. The dish to Temple. 3-pointer. A rebound by the Spurs. Samuels got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Payne. Pass to Goodman. From deep. No good.
Well, that's another good rebound for him. Hasn't mattered at all that he's given up some inches to a few of the other guys on the floor.
Payton with the ball. Now guarded by Payne. 1:32 left in the game. Pass to Trent. Dishes it to Temple. Drops in the tray. Temple's got 6 points in the quarter.
That gives him his second three of the half with 3 total for the game.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 7. 1:21 left here in the fourth quarter. San Antonio making a switch here.
Vince Worsley.
So it's San Antonio now. 7-point differential. There's the pick. He feeds it to Reed. Lets it go from deep. Shot's good. Reed's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Passes it to Goodman. He tries for 3, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
And that forced foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
He drops the first one, and that trims the lead to 6. Los Angeles making a switch here. Harrington's checked in. So Samuels nails them both.
He was very composed on that trip to the stripe. He's close to being a one-possession game now.
Los Angeles has gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of it. Payne kicks to Temple. He dishes it to Arthur. Knocks him down. Temple. He passes to Payne. 5 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Harrington somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
With just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
The Clippers shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%, and he commits the intentional foul.
That's his third personal foul. Second team.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that's an intentional foul.
2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Reed the pass to Strickland. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's Arthur. Kicks it to Temple. From deep. Misses there. So the Clippers with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in as we end with the Jordan Player of the Game.